The wind knows me.
Do you think the others are making good progress? Oh, hey, look! They made it back as well! Prince! Llama!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curatorium to wrap things up, so that—
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back.
You seem rather cheerful.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than— Fighting alone can get quite tedious. But I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we—
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told me they were Servarka's colleagues, and given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's no wonder you're already acquainted.
So? Who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
A gentleman of few words, I see. And a rather stern—
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Minnie Durin!
That's right. It's me. I'm glad to see you again.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society appears to be reflecting on whether one's name really reflects who they are.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course. It's great to see you looking so healthy.
Thank you, Paimon. And although you're as mini as ever, I understand that diminutives don't always convey endearment. I'll be sure to simply call you Paimon, as a sign of my great respect for you.
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now. Paimon could get used to this. From now on, you may refer to her as your esteemed guide, Paimon.
Personally, I think our little Paimon is the perfect size. When people call her little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable that they can't help themselves. If that's not a sign of endearment, what is?
You're absolutely right, Miss Llama. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding.
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Columbina, leave with you? How come she isn't back?
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if she stopped for a cup of tea or 10 on the way back. Uh-oh. People are talking about me.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all went well?
It's getting crowded here. I'll go grab some chairs.
No need. This is a job for an alchemist. I'll whip some up momentarily.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some true friends.
I understand. Well, bye for now, Harlequino.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left. Otherwise, we might not fit all these people.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Come on.
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's colleague gone, we should be back to the original crew plus the other colleagues Though it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope in a colleague too?
Frankly, You and Paimon are the only people I know here.
This here is Dainsleif, colleague of Teyvat's greatest guide, Paimon, and greatest adventurer, the Traveler. Well, not exactly colleagues, more so.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing, you know you're speaking to someone important.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Note to self. Once Paimon knows your name, the rest of the world will soon follow.
When he comes looking for us, it's usually something important. Paimon's
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the Wild Hunt is our mutual enemy...
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dainsleif, there's a seat with your name on it. Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo, think you can rustle up a couple more chairs?
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. I've missed this.
Is he being sarcastic?
Hey, he's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot to learn about the nuances of human conversation. Trying to decipher Albedo's way of speaking has been like jumping in at the deep end.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now. Don't sweat it. There are people who go their whole lives without getting the hang of it. You're ahead of the game already.
I wonder what's taking Nefer so long.
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry her along, it's you.
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you curious to see what's taking her so long?
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, I'm guessing she'd prefer to keep her methods confidential. Under such circumstances, would it not be tactless for me to impose?
Oh, but it's fine for me to impose.
What can I say? You have an unrivaled ability to garner people's affection, Miss Moonchanter. Besides, you have far more in common with her than I do.
All right then.
Impressive. She barely fought back at all. I admire your powers of persuasion, my friend.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon enough, the trick in life is to always pitch in with other people's responsibilities so that you can be selective with your own.
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like a true sage.
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. Let's take a little breather, folks, and feel free to chat amongst yourselves. We'll get down to business once the other two arrive.
You're both awfully quiet. Why don't I start us off with an icebreaker? Have either of you ever had your portrait painted? If not, I'd be glad to help.
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint, then?
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people, dragons, you name it. He'll paint.
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway, how about you, Durin? What sort of portrait would you...
Oh, I'd be fine with anything. Whatever style feels best.
Very well. Then I'll play it by ear.
You can replicate any style
I can try, if you show me a sample.
Thank you. In that case, I'll dig up some reference material.
You're both awfully quiet. Have either of you ever...
That sounds like a lovely idea. You know how to paint, then?
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables, chairs, people...
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance, I'd like to give it a try myself.
I'll bear that in mind.
Oh, whatever style
Very well.
You can replicate an...
I can try.
Thank you.
Is there something you'd like to say to...
Yeah! For starters, why'd you just show up here without even giving
If you think back to our previous interactions, you may recall that that's hardly out of character for me.
You do have a point there. Oh yeah, you'll need to find somewhere to stay the night too, right? Want to tag along with us? You never know. We might get a group discount.
Sure, let's do
Great! Paimon will hit. And in return, we can get Dainslift to be our very own personal bodyguard.
If that's what you had in mind, you should have said so sooner. I'd be happy to.
Oh, okay then. Paimon was only kidding, but anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs. That's just what friends do.
Indeed. Thank you.
Truth be told, I can't remember the last time I was in a...
You're not alone there, my friend. The Lightkeepers also struggle to bring everyone together.
I don't doubt that. I've only ever met two Ratniki, one being you, and the other...
Itlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to my lighthouse.
So you're what? A fake Ratnik? That's what it sounds like you're saying. But I... Come on, why the
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to hide it. You've known all along, haven't you, my friend? Now, that wasn't awkward.
Let's just keep this between ourselves. Probably best if Itlua doesn't know, huh?
That goes without saying. Gotta be careful what you share with...
Anyone else in the know? Let me guess. The Traveler and Paimon?
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own good, you know.
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself, I swear.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds. In the light of that claim, do you really expect me to take your...
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados.
Fair enough, then. Nothing like a bit of mutual leverage to seal the bonds of friendship.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda back at the curatorium to watch over things while I'm...
So much for just this one.
Shh! Not so loud! We're on a roll here. What if she remembers and suddenly decides to back out?
Did you say something, Mr. Varka?
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have been a frog. They get so noisy around here at nighttime. It's like they're putting...
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to make. Let me start by saying that it's an honor to be speaking before so many distinguished colleagues and collaborators. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nod-Krai. Then there's Miss Nefer, boss of the Curatorium of Secrets, an intel gatherer extraordinaire. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerer's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some great Over here, we have Mr. Flintz, a Ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, For those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin, who has come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion and quite possibly the best guide in all of Teyvat.
Wow! That's a lot of people!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so,
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is? Who's looking for me now?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter is that I'd like you to gather more intelligence about the Recher of Solnari.
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say your job's probably more hassle than it's worth. Something about you seems like bad news.
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact that you're even still alive raises an awful lot of questions for me.
My name is Dainsleif. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware, the Raker of Solnari's real name is Rerir. He was once an acquaintance of mine.
Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure yourself.
You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to investigate Rerir's background.
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends? What am I missing here? Surely you already know how he became one of the Five Sinners.
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names and identities of the Five Sinners. I remember it all like it was yesterday. I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The Five Sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall, tearing Conria apart in the process. The visionary, Vedifenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rheindotter, who desired to create life. The foul, Surtologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Raker of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the five, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions. So what changed in the space of a single night? How did he come to fall like the others?
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea what actually happened?
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time? The more detail you can give me, the better.
Strangely, now that it comes to it, I hardly know where to begin. The fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedifenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons. When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally I thought I had, and together, we set a night to storm the palace and free Ved. Centuries on, the memories of that night still haunt me like a never-ending nightmare. We broke through the palace gates, just like we had planned, each striking towards our separate targets. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedifenir, the very person I had come to rescue, abandoned me and partook of the Abyss's power.
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsleif, what price are you willing to pay? You, of all people, must know that nothing comes for free.
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not, there was a time when he was just an ordinary man, working for the Conrian Intelligence Service. Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission...
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks! Besides, isn't that lamp of yours bright enough already?
Relax. It was meant to be a compliment. If that was a little over the top for your liking, I'll make sure to tone it down next time.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in private once the meeting is over.
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced. But it seems like that hasn't happened yet?
I believe it will take a little longer. You've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even though I'm doing a lot better now, the truth is, my recovery will likely be an ongoing process. From the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Teyvat has never accepted me. Even with the moons united as one, it seems my rejection cannot be undone. So far, I have yet to find a solution. Even so, I will do everything in my power to help
Kutar.
Defeating the Rehir of Sonari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers, we'll also need to gather more intel.
Naturally. We should take all the help we can get if we...
We've considered several viable plans now. But our choice hinges on the is it even possible to kill Rehir? What experiences shaped the person or monster he became? And given Albedo's expertise in alchemy, I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again, Miss Nefer. Believe me when I say it's not my wish to burden you. But right now, relying on your skills is our only option.
So you're placing all your hopes on me, huh?
We can't thank you enough for agreeing to help us. Honestly, I can hardly believe how lucky we are.
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment, then flinches insincere flattery the next.
Ladies, please. I must object to your portrayal of me. That's all. Feel free to keep bickering. Just pretend I'm not...
I almost don't want to leave this room. I'm curious to see how this plays out.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something tells me you'll stand by us until the very end.
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I...
This isn't about the money. I can sense that you've got a deep-seated distaste for Rehir. And knowing you, that alone is motive enough.
Look at them getting along so well.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery.
Miss Lauma, you have to understand something. Unlike you, I don't actually enjoy having everyone's hopes on my shoulders.
Is that right? Well, maybe the fact that I'm willing to put my hopes in other people says more about me than you. But the fact is, I also trust you. And that's because I know that you're someone we can count on.
Anyway, we've got our plan, so let's get moving. Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned, I'd like you to come with me.
This whole experience is teaching me a lot. For instance, I now know that when other issues come up in the future, I'll have far more luck getting Lauma to convince...
Hate to say it, friend.
Why? You think I've got it wrong?
Quite the opposite. But when...
Thank you for waiting.
That's okay. We actually use the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rarier's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsleif already. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to...
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but this time, it was your choice.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. All right, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rarier's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all times. We will discuss our observations after the ceremony has concluded. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any case, Paimon has her own job to do, which requires staying in the room but not joining the ceremony.
Well, good luck, everyone. Sounds like all Paimon can do is cross her fingers and root for you guys.
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you have a job to do. While the rest of us are inside Rarier's mind, it's imperative that we have a team member on the outside. In the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder. I don't anticipate any issues, but the extra level of safety will be greatly appreciated.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here.
So, Paimon's like the lifeguard?
Good. Please, take a seat. We'll get started momentarily.
So, did Mr. Dainsleif tell you anything else?
He told me that he believes Rarier kept some big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked—
But surely you're not planning to go through with this, no matter the cost.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. I'm a businesswoman, not a mercenary. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history?
Well, as long as you don't let morbid curiosity get in the way of safety concerns, we're good. We'll do whatever we...
You're such a killjoy.
All right.
All set over here, too.
Promise, Paimon, you'll be extra careful.
All right. Let your whole body close your eyes. Phew. Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. Bookshelves. According to Dainsleif, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Is this where you keep your secrets, Rarier? Can't say. A file tucked inside a folder. But at this stage, I have no idea. He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder...
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Neutralized. Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Neutralized. Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Neutralized. Filed. I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever. She doesn't seem to be anyone important. Female, 13. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other... Neutralized. Filed. Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has not neutralized. Male. 6. Occupation, none. Orphan.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly legitimate line of work. Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Wonder what kind of encryption technique this is. Aha! It's...
Please, hear me out. I can't shake this feeling that someone's been spying on our house. I saw someone dressed in all black. It was a couple of days back, but that was on another street, not...
There's a note in the margin. Surveillance of the Run Farther residence has concluded. We apprehended the target and filed the mission. Could the voice in the recording belong to one of Rip? Wonder what aha.
Please, hear me. I saw...
There's a note in the... Could the voice in...
No more lies.
Mr. Vedifalnir?
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just... Tell me. Does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such.
No fooling a prophet.
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. Unless, of course, you learn to abandon. You fear my silence. And
that's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject. And the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare not speak rashly. A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in fear of the unknown?
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you spiraling downwards. Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
Hold on. There's that same black fog again. Could this memory...
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guard.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man...
Why are you telling...
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person...
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
So you'll just stand by and watch him slaughter us to the last? Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been dead and gone. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I...
Why wouldn't it be? You too were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flick.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can
persuade the Vinster King? Do you even know why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets? The Vinster King. A blind fool. his eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Khaenri'ah will fall. And it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
The Ray here, that really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rerir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. Is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we... Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my... no matter who I have to face.
Huh? Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out. Deli? Oh. They're talking about those people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be! So many have died already. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve Thalindis? Are you even...
Sorry, Freether. My mind... I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king?
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. Don't forget that Rerir is an Eclipse operative. You need to be extra careful when For now, don't come looking for me. And if anything happens to me, just act like we've never met.
If even you can't escape this, what hope do the rest of us have? But...
I won't speak in his defense. Nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. Here, hold on to this. If an opportunity to escape presents itself, take it. You'll be glad you took...
You call that change? But...
I've got a job, and there's still...
Assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
Leave me alone. Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle, then choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. The prey won't sense a thing.
I doubt that. I'll bet no one ever died a quiet death in your hands.
I work clean. No traces.
That doesn't make it open and above board, though. The thing that happens to me right now. What it doesn't.
Won't happen.
He's changed. Ever since he fell under the spell of that power. He only had you take out a handful of it.
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
It all adds up. No more lies.
You know why I'm interested in such a proposal. Whether they didn't trust you.
Do you still remember
Orla?
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for...
Yes, what about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago. Chances are he's already dead. I just don't get it! After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not...
I need to go now, Thelindis. They're looking if you ever need a place to hide.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you... Things are getting worse by the day. I have to... But I... If all this research comes to nothing, what then? Sooner or later it'll be my neck, but... Could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want... to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down and change the way the world is. Too bad that's not going to happen. Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we? Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like you. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Huh. Candace? No. No. Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagine... Irminsul. Finster King! Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you... No. This cannot go on. This...
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. But... if you let me go, you won't be able to complete...
Good point. In that case...
No, please! I just want to see the...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word.
If I let you leave, what will become of me? But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing you.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedavulnir. What are you trying to...
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Rerir, or you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon...
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Rerir. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know he won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but Tell me then! What will this moment of opportunity... And... no answer. He's like a ghost.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging... well, massacring the descendants of the king's obsession with abyssal power left the future of Khaenri'ah hanging in the balance. No wonder. And it looks like this Thelindis, Rerir's would-be fiancé, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of the... And why does Vedavulnir, Dainslif's older brother, keep talking in Rerir's head? The human mind is like a vast desert of shifting sands. When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the part. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rerir's mind this whole time, building up. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning. But once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rerir has...
Rerir, are you there?
come out!
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've...
Okay. I'll come. But the Lindis is
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whenever this...
This is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for—
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day.
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefer— The word on the street is that Sir Delogi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible.
Robtatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsleif, of course. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure—
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself, so drop the humble servant act. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Vice President Veet doesn't even try to hide his
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my age. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveet, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rarir.
Mr. Sir Delogi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsleif, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedofenir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
Vedofenir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Robtatir more than anyone else in— Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedofenir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedifenir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critique the king may have of Vedifenir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedifenir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, the extent of His Majesty's madness is now all too clear. The question is, you have noble ambitions, Dane, but I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me.
A letter of pardon? For whom? Thelindis? The chances of the Vinster King issuing a pardon for anyone connected to the Crimson Moon seem vanishingly slim. This black fog over the board must have some connection to Thelindis. But another mystery I'll need.
Author Thelindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding moon marrow. Firstly, its origins have something. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a... I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your
The Lindis. Did you hear about...
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little... You never saw him, and I don't know what he did.
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him. And yet, but enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future...
A red moon? You mean... our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look after it.
I promise, Thelindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins, no matter how long it takes.
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray—
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Khaenri'ah.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart, you should join me.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. My job is to enter the prison and stay.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade.
Hello, Mr. Vedafilnir. Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded. Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious.
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning. Someone had... The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path...
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed... Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw. Yet I am powerless to change it. Fate, I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future...
Forgive my curtness, Vedafilnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear, and there are things the king does not want to see. So?
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future.
Until what?
Just now.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also...
I sense hatred in you. But also hope. But this is not the end. There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. But you are... Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on this...
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafilnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your future? With your beloved, Thelindis?
Yes. And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future.
In matters of fate, answers are either right or wrong. What will be, and what will... That is the cruelest thing about fate.
That can't... I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to see... You show me disaster, but you won't show...
My voice? So... You hear it too. The voice that... It turns out that we are not...
Vedafilnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life. As if he'd discovered some...
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast, and for as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come to an end. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless...
I will.
Thank you for setting me free. In return, I will tell you one more thing that you cannot afford to ignore.
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrum.
The Universitas?
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
Whatever Vedafilnir said, I didn't catch it. Monsters? Is this Rhindaughter's doing? Or the Universitas Magistrorum? Out of my way!
It all adds up. This space grade a little.
No, my sword! Out of my way!
Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Let me weave you a verse.
The first. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around. But if they were ever gonna act...
Help! Help! Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you! Save me! I can't...
That sounded like an explosion. So, the rumor is true? What other means does the king have at his disposal? And given it's a major center of abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in great...
Body and mind.
Time to go. One with nature.
I see everything.
Our bond is strong.
It all adds up.
Grow, grow, grow.
Wind strike.
Lightning, Carrot Bomb!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Committed to memory.
Stand with me.
No more lies. The deception ends here. It all falls into place.
Grow, grow, grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
Ring Cutter.
Wind strike.
Dissipate.
Can't hide the truth. No more lies. The mystery unravels.
This may hurt a little.
Witness the power. I'll settle this.
Grow, grow, grow.
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Seek within.
This may hurt.
The bond is strong.
Clouds high. The birds...
Let me weave you a verse.
Wind strike. The deception ends here.
Grow, grow, grow. This may hurt a little. Sharing my knowledge.
Monsters at the Universitas. Oh no, it's no use. The table won't hold out much longer. Of course, I'm done for. Stay back! Please stay back! Rear. So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Cylindus? No, don't do it! Cylindus! Cylindus!
I told you, Rerir. Let her go. You will find someone better.
No! I won't do it! I have to save her!
By what means exactly? A lowly pawn. You lack the power and the strength of will.
Tell me!
Come to the palace. Join us.
Rary, thank goodness we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire. We all have our own.
Rarier. Rarier.
Thlindis?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rarier? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. I will find you. And then, you can give me your answer.
So that's how the Raker of Solnari was born. A monster created by viewing other people's thoughts for too long. In a nutshell, the story of Khaenri'ah is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. His past is filled with sorrow. Everyone, I'm back.
Never! She's fine.
Yes, you will have seen the events of Rarier's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy, as he's...
I mostly agree. There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone, but they did give us a clear glimpse into his life in Khaenri'ah. However, I would not consider Rarir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era. Yet, when the catastrophe of a generation strikes, nobody is safe.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again.
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of the plan. Without you,
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire time. Bravo.
Cool. So, can you fill me in on the deets now? Most of what I saw went right over my head.
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will save me narrating it twice. Yehoda?
Yes, boss!
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause of your employment contract.
Forgive my curiosity, but What does the first clause?
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for herself. Like opening the door, pouring the tea, yada yada.
Is that right?
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. Rest assured that the Curatorium abides by the very strictest of labor policies. You don't seriously think I'm cruel enough to treat her like my slave? In any case, I've hardly shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flints and Varka lounging about in their chairs, enjoying a leisurely cup of tea. There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoying themselves while I'm hard at work. Oh no.
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that kind of boss. And it would go against the Curatorium's labor policy.
I'm sorry? What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor policy.
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago.
Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chessboard.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then and what's happening now?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning, this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out.
Boss, it's fine. Really.
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do without you, Yehoda?
What?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient and servile as you? God forbid anything ever happens.
Well, anyway, I was thinking of fetching some water. I suggest everyone finds someplace, even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense. You don't want to dismiss mental fatigue just because it isn't physical.
Don't I have the best employees? Jealous much?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow Yehoda for a day to help out at the Frost Moon Scions. Would you be amenable to that, Boss Neff?
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty runs from the tips of your antlers to the depths of your imagination. Time to rally, everyone. Follow me. As we continue our journey, the same rules will apply. You have my word that I will get us... This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign. There's someone...
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour.
Oh.
There you are! Sinue's been looking for you all day.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change?
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on, I'm...
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinnohe's been up to recently? I'm trying to...
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it at the next...
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately...
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up my vocal cords. Come
Pile of stones. Got it. Hi, Dad. Uncle Wretch and you said...
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner, you could have shared the spoils of war with me.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of speech. I was talking about our war against thirst. I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back.
We have a well again.
That's right. I found a new one and brought back as much water as I could carry.
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms...
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading us out of You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories, but things are looking up. I started working with some...
So you're the Academia's helper?
Special ambassador, they call it. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert.
So... do you get any...
Of course. My luck's improving all the time.
That's our well, and you know it! Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or
In that Special Ambassador act? Yeah, nice! You're a liar and a cheat!
I heard Yehoda gasp. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. The desert dwellers wept. There's a handwritten note on the ground.
Halil, this is Sinnohe, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember me. This is my second time writing to you. I assume I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day, praise the gods. The well of the Eob tribe was intact. It was my last resort. You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. You said you'd be I urgently need you to formally recognize my title of Special Ambassador and send some of your people to assist me for a few days. It's the only way. This is an emergency.
Looks like this letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. It's badly defaced. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole...
Officer. Welcome. Well,
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some...
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical of this entire endeavor.
Please, have faith. If not in us, then in our god. The child we found shows great promise. I beg you, take her away from this place. Give
I don't...
She showed up here a few days ago, and we took her in. She's a really bright kid. Please help.
So, where are you?
Nowhere special. Just a sand.
What about the rest of your family? How many of you are?
Just the one.
It's only...
Correct.
So, no brothers?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from...
All right, get over here. Sign... Never? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your...
Oh? Please, ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs.
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have a sharp...
I think what you're saying is, a weak student wouldn't have noticed the discrepancy. And if they did, they certainly would...
You see, sharp as they come. You see things the way they are. And I'm sure you know why.
Because of where I come from. Because I'm different.
I'm sorry, Nefer. Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions?
I wanted to check... if someone sent me a letter to the Academia...
Your family wrote to you. Well, as long as they put your name on the envelope, someone should...
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collected...
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to start.
Okay, got it.
Oh, don't mention it. Honestly,
Hey, don't. You're a great teacher. And you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me. It's not just the Academia either. The whole world bends over backwards for...
Oh, my dear child.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful. This must be it. Let's take a... A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. Looks like this one was never even open. Who was it addressed to? This one is a... Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere in the forest. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description of incense poisoning. The Amorta Darshan strictly prohibit. For example, my neighbor who always breaks out into song and... This seems like something the Academia... Wait, what's this written on the... The note says... The sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return. This next one is addressed to a few words of protest regarding recent change. In recent years, the academia has taken on a small number of students. However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been provided with educational opportunities that, as well as receiving dumbed-down assignments and perfunctory tutoring. Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution, which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues are knowledge and wisdom. I ask you, is the lip service we... As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative. I do hope you will give some serious attention to this. Great letter. And the sender is... I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad. So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Nice one, Grand Sage. Really whatever. I'm not exactly holding out hope. I can't believe how much... I don't believe for 1 second that any... Wait. Could the...
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe. I don't know how well you remember it now, but I brought you to safety. And in my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business. And the Shimti tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight, promising to make me a special ambassador of the academia. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particular. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure my people's survival, the Eob and Unut are descended from the Thamudians. While we trace our ancestry to Tulatala, we worship the Lord of Flowers and have had relatively good relations with our fellow tribes. I found a well belonging to the Eob tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. So I took some water to keep me. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up. That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert. We have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited. Would you consider enrolling my...
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously, and you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction, you liar. And who fell for it? Just me. I think I'll take over from here. I just came to say goodbye.
Nefer? You...
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my hometown.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity.
It was. But it doesn't matter. I have more important things to deal with, and they can't... Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of Dana that it has hallucinogenic effects.
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown? You're just...
Yeah, I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are... It's not worth much.
But Nefer...
All right, that's all from me.
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're...
Yeah, I'll remember you. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune. And as for remembering her, I have fought. I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume there's a big...
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all. The ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this.
So...
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not?
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way.
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well currently under Iab control is built on top of some ancient ruins. I checked the map carefully on my way over here, and I'm confident that this is the well in question. The Academia is offering 50 million mora in return for excavation rights.
50 million? No, wait. If these ruins are as important as you say...
Don't get greedy. We know far more than you think. We know that you seized this well by force. Wasn't that...
So what if it was?
Don't worry. As unscrupulous as it was, it's something we're willing to overlook. I hope
your words are the truth. If I find out the Academia is trying to play me, I'll hunt down every one of your people and make you watch as I...
I assure you, Chief. You see how I'm dressed, don't you? I appreciate that you've... And what does a barbarian like you have to lose anyway? You really think the Sumeru Academia would bother to come all this way just to lie to you?
All right, I take your point. In that case, we have a deal. We will sell you the excavation rights. I'd like to thank you, Ambassador. This is good news indeed. Excellent news. In fact, it calls for a celebration.
Gladly. I am partial to wine myself, so let's indulge in a few drinks together.
Chief! Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've... What?
Well, don't just stand there.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the Iab's military superiority.
Well, what is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they seize the well. This can't be a coincidence. Perhaps there is a traitor in your midst.
I don't think so.
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain control over the well, I'm afraid you won't see a single...
No! Please, Ambassador, that well is off.
Glad to hear it.
If there is a traitor, I will find them.
Wow. All it took was a few words and I've...
So, in summary,
The Iab are ruthless murderers. So let me ask you, Chief.
Kill them all.
Precisely. At the same time, there is simply no way...
We have our own rules out here.
Right. We can't confront them ourselves. Natural. Weren't the Iab your allies once? Let me be clear. The Academia would...
Say no more.
Good. Then I suggest... You see, Dad? Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, but you couldn't do what had—
Nefer, it's okay. All of this—
I believe I remember you promising to
Yeah, but...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for a sharp turn onto a complete... So, anyway, that's enough of that. Feels like we've been walking forever. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yes, if we can find somewhere—
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A temple? I guess that's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone—
You mentioned
my biggest trade—
Ah.
I didn't know you were clued up on—
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra—
That's Boss Neff for ya. She knows—
Sino's hardly a figure of obscurity.
What about him? Is he—
Well, he's not a small deal. Please, this is the bare— Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in.
I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add. I want to do the whole name-dropping, this girl—
A statue with the head of a bird.
That's Thoth, the Ibis King. One of the 7 pillars of King— Let's take a look.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well?
Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear.
You're sure?
Of course. It's almost over.
Hold on!
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
How repulsive.
Timed that pretty well, didn't I? It's okay. I'm just glad no one was.
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this, I had a duty to ensure.
Good to know your sense of justice is still.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir. It seems I alerted him. I was tracking him. Then he caught on and started tracking me too.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be possible.
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail and hunting down his pursuer.
No one?
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to...
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Iab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, the Unut and the Iab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million mora. The Iab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every warrior. The final blow to the Iab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune to the relentless hostility of the desert. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret. And with this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to... Every god plays favorites.
It is the same with all powerful forces.
If you're alluding to the Abyss, then yes, I agree. Gather the others. It's time to... Thank you all. As promised, I did some further the Raker of Solnari, real name...
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains he becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Teyvat suffers the
A question for Miss Columbina. Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen...
Never.
Miss Lauma?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed... The term Moongate is one I have heard before.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself...
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon.
But there's more to the power of the...
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the moon gate, since it is a path to the moon. And right now...
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Harir made it through. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds. And yet, the wild...
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force?
Makes sense to me. Explains why the wild hunt is so pervasive.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart.
I could not agree more.
It is a compelling explanation, and one that... This raises some interesting questions. That being said, regardless of whether my
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo.
Hey! What is it, Dainsleif? You look really upset!
It's just... When I think of the man
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but...
Mine too. We can never know all the hows and whys of the way things are.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time.
Well, I think this is a good place to end today's meeting.
That's very thoughtful.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we Hey, is this a bad time? No need. Anyway, Nefer. Firstly, although it's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out, we have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Honestly?
Well, it felt like some kind of sales pitch.
2 days?
That remains to be seen. You have some history with him, right? Great. All right, on to item. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear.
All right, so... We felt a little uneasy about...
Roping us in? What?
I choose my words very...
Sir Varka,
I'm all ear.
I think we can be more flexible with...
I see your point, yeah. To be clear, I don't doubt your ability.
I want to do everything within my power.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. As in, most people weigh up. Of course, everyone appreciates a fair...
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you.